ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Allie Beardsley.
Thank you all for joining me in my panic room. That's creepy Beck. Oh, well, this is a nerdy show, and I'm not very nerdy, but all I could think of was Harry Potter. Do we have Harry Potter fans in here? A couple of them. I liked Harry Potter. I'm sorry, I'm like just robing. This is my living room. I just really wanted the panic room joke to work. Like, if this was my panic room, I would get dressed. No, but I liked Harry Potter a lot, but I didn't quite get the like it all ends like advertisement, like the billboards and stuff. Like I felt like that was pretty cocky. Like maybe like my childhood was ending, or you know, like maybe like, but I got student loan payment information in the mail. Like, you know, that really drove that home. Like Harry and Hermione up to their old tricks again, did nothing. And I feel like what was this ad team thinking? Like making that the like it all ends on billboards everywhere when like billboards claiming it's all gonna end aren't really held in the highest esteem these past months. Like after it didn't, like, after nothing happened, I thought that was preposterous. I hate how much I talk to bugs. I feel like a simple like that would work, but I always am like, get out of here. Shoot. You know, like, and it's not even like, I'm not even in my car. Like, I don't want people to think I'm crazy. You know, like, I'm at home alone, the doors are locked, and I'm like, how did you get in here? I'm gonna get you. Makes me feel crazy. I have this one Mexican friend, and he always be like, hey. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like I can't do those jokes, like, because I'm so plainly white and whitewashed. Like, I have black friends who straighten their hair, and Asian friends who eat spicy mayonnaise on their sushi. Like, we're not multicultural anymore. And it's like a detriment to me being like a reasonable person / Democrat. Like, you know, like I'm just super whitewashed, and I feel like our culture is where like we use words like tradition, you know, like traditional, but like traditionally we like ostracize and wage war, you know what I mean? Like it's not like traditional family values, you know, it's like traditional witch being burned. But another one of these phrases that is so quaint, you know, and we just love to use it, but it's actually terrible, is like old-fashioned, you know, like good old-fashioned. Good old-fashioned ice cream, only 3 ingredients, and you can pronounce all of them. You know, or like, call me old-fashioned, but I prefer board games with the kids instead of TV. It rots your brain, you know. But it's never like, call me old-fashioned, but women shouldn't vote. And we should really impale people who are different on a big steak, like a barbecue. You know? Call me old-fashioned, but I think the youngest Obama daughter is a witch. You know? That would be more accurate. I've started online dating lately. Anybody out there? But not like eHarmony or like OkCupid. Like that's a little too mainstream for me. I use Craigslist. Okay, I'm guessing you probably have the wrong idea in your brain. Like, I'm not talking about the personal's casual encounter. Like, that's the section on Craigslist where a creepy goes to take a bath. Like, it's just like derelict math teachers and people who fill the vending machines like offering to free J each other. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I use the for sale section. I'll take a sip so you can think about how that would work. The for sale section on Craigslist.com. I pretty much just gather the things that I like, whether I own them or not, and list them on Craigslist, hoping, since Craigslist works by proximity, that people who have similar interests as I do will find these things and come to my house to get them. And then I can get them, you know what I mean? So like, I'll just upload lists of books, vinyl, sporting equipment. I'm not athletic, but whoever's coming over to look at this road bike probably will be, you know what I mean? I am broke, but whoever has $2,000 to spend on this upgraded MacBook Pro is gonna be disappointed, but I'll cheer them up. That is the beauty of it. Like, I don't have to own any of these things. Like, I could list a hot air balloon filled with vintage cameras and unlocked white iPhone 4s, you know, and then when they get there, you invite them in, offer them a mixed drink and a house tour. When the obligatory 15 minutes is up and they ask where their stuff is, you know, oh, needy, you climb down out of the blanket fort that you built on the top bunk and you look around and make a quick phone call to your roommate who sold the stuff when you weren't home. And the rest is, can I make it up to you? History. You know what I mean? Or I put something in your drink, ape. You know? All that said, I've been getting really into self-defense. There's a lot of weirdos out there, and I just want to stay safe. But seriously, like, sometimes I forget, like, that this is just a dangerous, dangerous world. And then I watch a movie, and I realize, like, all of the impending threats, like nuclear warfare and Mel Gibson. And like, as a woman, I'm always about to die. Like, I always forget that. Ah! And then I watch a movie and I'm back. And so like, I started like watching movies because I'm like, you know, everyone lives, at least the pretty people, and I count myself in. And so like, so I'm watching these movies. One tip I got, when that fateful day someone pulls a gun on you, don't say I'm not looking for any trouble. That never works. Like, oh, we're not looking for any trouble. They're gonna shoot you because they're expecting that. It's in every single movie. So I've decided I'm just gonna yell something random that will confuse them and then try to face kick them. So in my stress dreams, he pulls the gun and I go, I made you a necklace! And then I kick them in the face and then I run and they're like, oh, what the heck? Like, did I go to high school with this girl? You made me a necklace. Like, was it hemp? I love hemp. Was it big enough? I have a large neck. And by that time, I'm in my car, zooming away to a power song. And then the credits roll. So I shared these plans with my mother, who promptly signed me up for a self-defense seminar in our community rec center. So I went to that. They're probably just gonna tell me things I already knew. I made you a necklace. Like, I mean, like, how could they charge $35 for that? So I get there, and it's just like 4 ex-cops and like a bunch of single mothers and their emo daughters, like, and then me. But I like wanted to get my money's worth. So I'm like really listening. But these cops like seriously said the funniest things. Like, they're just like, no, punch harder. Punch harder? Like, are you kidding me? I am not banking on my punch abilities to get not stuffed in my trunk, you know? Like, I couldn't punch my way out of rice paper. That's applicable. China's the new world power. And so, and then one of them, like, this was the gasser, he was like, use your elbow. And I was like, I've never fought before. What the hell does he mean? Use my elbow! Like, I'm gonna get you. I don't. And so I'm laughing, and they're like, self-defense is no laughing matter. Neither is assault. And like, it was true. Like, the emo girl was nodding. But like, I thought that was so funny. And so at the end, I was glad, like, they gave us all guns. Which was like worth it. No, I'm just kidding. That would have made sense. But no, they gave us whistles on keychains, everyone. Whistles on keychains. That's gonna save me. A keychain that I put on my keys, duh, and my keys go in my purse, and that's the first thing everyone with a gun asks this for? It was such a ripoff. Anyway, I smoke a lot of weed. Anybody else? How's that for a transition? Here's a new transition. I came up with another one. Let me make it up to you. What if Sailor Moon had acted like an actual sailor instead of a Japanese pop queen in a child's Halloween costume? Now you're thinking about that, and I segue. I smoke a lot of weed. And people are always like, I could tell you're a stoner, which is like insulting. And then they always say, this is always it, I could tell you smoked, you're pretty chill. Like, you're pretty chill. And like, isn't chill just like the flattering way of saying slow or like delayed? You know what I mean? Yeah, I could tell you smoked. You seem kind of like, yeah, Down syndrome without the wide set face. I could see that. Because really, who's chiller than retarded people? No one. No one. I'm so sick of them being off limits. They're not. And I'm giving them a compliment. We've had a lot of retarded people beat up, and I'm sorry. Anyway, but I feel like it's not the pot smoke that messed me up and causes me to just like, forget my keys everywhere. But I think, here's my theory, take it to the bank. I think it's the freaking copious amounts of pure chemical Lysol apple cinnamon spray that I spray and douse my entire room with a towel under the door, and then I just sit baking in that. That has ruined my brain. It's like fucking DDT, just like lining my walls, and I'm just like laying in it like, now my roommates don't know I have a drug addiction. Instead of like these harmless little party leaves, like, you know, those aren't doing it. It's the Lysol and the chemicals that are hurting our kids. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm in it for the kids. This is just a ballpark figure, completely made up, but I feel like 45% of all girls are vegetarian. Does it seem like that to anybody else? We have a lot of vegetarians on our hands. I feel like every other girl I meet is vegetarian. And this is a fun game that you can play. Next time, you're at a party, or a bar, or a comedy show where everyone says the word retard, and she's telling you about her vegetarian practices and convictions. Just say, like, while laughing and like joking conversational, like, you're vegetarian to be skinny, you liar. I'm just kidding. And you said just kidding, but it'll linger. Because they know you are so damn right. They stopped eating bacon double cheeseburgers and dropped a quick 10, and they're not gonna give that up for the world. You hear me? The world. So now they're stuck either having to always talk about being on a diet, and then Food Inc. came out, and then they were like, aha, this is my chance. And they added some bullshit animal rights belief system so that they didn't have to eat carne asada fries with the rest of you. And now you're stuck hearing about how chicken paws are in chicken nuggets when you know for a fact their mascara is used on rabbits to see if they will cry in a laboratory. That's bull! I hate these girls. I'm just kidding. They're fine. But, I like felt really bad for a second. I was like, oh, these people are my friends. I don't know if any of your moms do this, but my mom will just gasp, like, for no reason. Well, it's like a reason in her mind, but she'll just be like, and then you like wait for it, and she's like, the oven wasn't even on! And you're like, are you serious? Like, I sprinted down here. It sounded like a murderer had shot you. I didn't ask for a receipt. It's like, how about we show a little discernment after 56 years of being on this planet, and can mean he's in the house, and like, oh, means like nobody let the dogs out all day. Like, you know, like, let's have that. Freaking mom. I graduated this past May, so I've been spending a lot of time at my parents' house. Just been great, where the living is cheap / free. And so I've just been watching TV shows that my mom watches, which is like this new HBO show. I don't know if you've heard of it. It like just came out. It's called CSI. I'm just kidding. CSI and Oprah. Those are the only things I watch. Don't ask me about Game of Thrones. Don't ask me about Dexter or Breaking Bad. I don't know what these words are that you say. But I watch Oprah, and if you have questions about whose swollen trachea had an arrow shot through it just in time to stop the man with the delayed heart murmur from killing the president, I can tell you all about that, because that's on CSI, which is not even close to believable anymore. Are we aware of this? Like, not even a bit. It's like the guy with breakaway glasses who looks like he would collect bugs. You know, like, all he has to do is, like, look closer, and then he, like, solves it. Like, there are all these flashbacks. They way overuse Zoom. That's what I'm trying to say. But as far as Oprah is concerned, I feel like it turned into a tribal ceremony so subtly that nobody noticed. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like grunting and hooting and weeping women like surrounding this altar where Oprah like crawls out and like unveils a new favorite thing, and everyone's like, oh! And like I'm watching it, and Oprah like unveils like a pair of bedazzled Tom shoes, one for one, and like like everybody is like, looks like a ref made a bad call, just like, no way! No. And there's like this lady just like covering her face like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And you're like, those shoes are maybe $100. You know, like your plane flight out here from Montana costs at least $375, and you bought that shirt for the occasion. That's an added 15 from TJ Maxx. Let's save the tears for when we're out of the red, Charlene.